Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. So I wanted to kind of sit down with you guys and share with you all of the stuff that I own from Kylie Cosmetics and kind of tell you what my favorite products are. If you guys have been watching my channel and watching any tutorials and you know pretty much what my ride or die Kylie Jenner products are or Kylie cosmetic products are, but I kind of wanted to sit down and show you guys everything that I have. I don't have a ton of stuff, but I do have a mixture, and I kind of want to give you guys my opinion on a lot of it, on a lot of the things. Kind of want to give you guys my opinion on a lot of things. So yeah, so if you guys are interested, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe, and let's jump into the video. Okay, so I actually have like a whole acrylic thing pretty much just for my Kylie stuff, and then I have another acrylic thing pretty much for my lip stuff from Kylie. There are a few other things in here, but this is mainly where I keep my Kylie stuff. So the first product that I want to talk to you guys about is her original setting spray. This is what it looks like. Mine is pretty much still pretty full. I don't like this. I don't really like it at all. It is more like just a natural matte finish. I wouldn't necessarily say it's like a matte setting spray where it's going to really make you look matte or anything like that, but it wasn't for me. It kind of like spits. Yeah, see, it just like spits, and it's just, it has like a fragrance to it, which I don't mind, but it wasn't for me. It's just something that like if I'm desperate for a setting spray, like I'll pick it up really, really quick, but this is definitely not one of my like go-to products. I actually had to dig for it because it was in like one of my drawers. Yeah, I don't really like that. I haven't tried her dewy one, but why does my hair look so frizzy? But I do want to try her dewy one. I just haven't like gotten around to it. But as for her original setting spray, I don't no. I have a lot of her lips. I do mainly only have her velvet formula because I don't necessarily like her matte formula like at all. So these are all of the ones that I have. This is what they look like. I'm going to show you each individual one. So first I have Bare. So this is what Bare looks like. Then I have, I think this is one of her, oh no, it's not. Then I have Charm. This is what Charm looks like. Then this one is Candy K, which is one of her like OGs, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that color. And then I have Basic, which is one of my favorites. This is one that I love to wear around the fall time. It's perfect for like Thanksgiving and stuff. And then this one is just Red Velvet, which is just like a true red lipstick. So my thought on her velvet formula, I think it's great. The one thing I do want to say is I ordered 90% of these online before they even were available on Ulta, so these are pretty old. The pictures on her website and how the colors look are nothing like what the colors actually look like, which drives me nuts. I feel like it's the same for Kim's website too, for KKW Beauty. The pictures of her lips are nothing like what you get in person. They look completely different, and it's so annoying because it makes it so inconvenient for the consumer to really pick out what color like they want, you know what I mean? So these, I mean, these are all pretty much in the same family for the most part. So, I mean, out of all of them, my favorite is probably Bare, and then, like I said, Basic. Candy K and Charm, I don't really wear. Charm is just way too pink for me. This is like a Barbie pink. Let me swatch it for you guys. This one is practically still new, but this is kind of like a Barbie pink. It's a pretty color like when it's swatched, but on my actual lips, it's too pinky mauve-y for me, so I don't necessarily like this. The red one is a beautiful, beautiful red. It's probably one of my favorite reds of all time. It's the only red lipstick that I own because I feel like owning this, you really don't need another red lipstick. Me, personally, I don't wear red ever. I pretty much only wear red like to be corny on like Christmas. Like I'll wear it for like Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, but as far as like an everyday thing or like a night out thing, it's not something that like I'm reaching for. If you guys know me, you know that I love like my nudes and my browns and my pinks and that type of stuff. So I do like her formula, her velvet formula, but it's just the colors kind of like throw me off a little bit. So I'm going to stick with lips. I have like two more things to show you guys. I do have a gloss. I think she launched these glosses like last year. And I did pick up the clear one because I feel like a clear gloss is just a must. I kind of instantly regretted it because clear gloss, you can really see like all of like the gunk inside of it if you do put it over top of like a colored lipstick or anything. But I do like this formula a lot. I love how it smells. It smells like Smucker's lip gloss. You guys remember Smucker's? I'm pretty sure it's Smucker's. This just reminds me of that smell. I'm pretty sure her velvet lips smell the same. Yeah, for the most part, they smell identical. This smells a little bit more like Smucker's to me. It's such a beautiful, oh, I love how this smells. But besides the smell, I do actually really like the formula of this. This is perfect if you're like really, really tan and you just want to put like a nice gloss on with no makeup. This is perfect. I used to do that all the time last summer and I freaking loved it. So I highly recommend it for that. But this is the only gloss that I have from her. I'm not somebody that is really into colored glosses. I much prefer a clear gloss because I'd rather have the color underneath with like the lip liner and the lipstick or whatever I have underneath. So I am like more of a clear gloss girl, but I really do like her formula. I love, love, love this clear gloss. I used it all the time last summer. It was just like my go-to colors, my go-to gloss, so I do recommend that. And then the lip color that I have on my lips right now is my favorite Kylie Jenner lip color of all time. The only thing I hate about it is it's only available in a matte formula, so I'm forced to wear a matte formula even though I hate the matte formula. This is in her shade Libra. This is my favorite like nude of all time. I love pairing this with, where is it? With Basic. Oh my god, you put Basic like just all over your lips and then put Libra in the center. And girl, if you want to pout, that is going to give you the best pout ever, and it's going to make your lips just look so like juicy and just give you that nice like 3D, what is that called? Dimension? What do they call? I forgot what they call that. What do they call when you do like the lighter lip in the middle? I don't know, I want to call it like a 3D lip, but it's not a 3D lip. I don't know. Is there like a name for it? I don't know, I feel like there is, but it's like slipping my mind. But you guys know what I'm talking about, where you put like the darker color on the outside and then put like the lighter color in the middle to give you that nice, really intense pout. These two together are perfect. If you love like that really like 90s vibe type of thing, I think that's what they call it. I actually don't know. But if you love that type of look, definitely pick these two up, Libra and Basic, and put Basic on the outside, Libra in the middle. Fuego, amazing. I do mainly wear Libra by itself, but if I am going out or I am dressing up for whatever reason, I do love wearing these two together. They're beautiful, and Libra is my favorite, my favorite nude. One of my favorite nudes of all time, I have to say. It's just the best, best, best nude ever. I just wish that she made it in a velvet formula. One thing I do want to say about Kylie Cosmetics, when it comes to like face powders and anything for your face, for the most part, she does it really, really good. I've noticed, like, this is what made me want to do this video. I noticed that some of my go-to face products or face powders are by Kylie Cosmetics, and that's when I was like, oh my god, maybe I should do a video on like my favorites and like what I like, what I dislike. So that's why I'm doing this video. Actually, it was inspired by her face powders. So like I showed you guys before, I have pretty much all of my face powders from Kylie in a acrylic thing. I got this off Amazon. I actually spoke about it like a few videos ago when I talked about what I purchased during quarantine. I got them off Amazon for like $7. It's like so crazy. So I am going to start like back to front. So I do keep them like this with the label facing this way because, as you can see, for the most part they have the same packaging. So me like sitting at my vanity looking, I wouldn't know which one's which. So I do have them facing like the label facing me, so it's just easier for me. So the first one I am going to start with is her bronzer. This is the packaging that it comes in, and then this is the shade Khaki. So let me show you guys what it looks like. This is what it looks like. This color, when I am like fair like I am, even though it doesn't look like it's too dark, it is like too dark on my face. It's not even coming up on my skin for whatever reason, but I find that when I'm too fair like I am right now, this is a little too dark for me, but the formula itself is really nice. Compared to my Fenty one, I don't think I would pick this one over my Fenty for formula wise and color wise. I would still stick to my Fenty one just because that one has been, oh, it's like a hair in my mouth. That one is just my go-to one, and every time I use it I'm just like, oh, so good. So I think I would have to pick my Fenty one over this one. But if you were looking to try them out, I don't think they're bad, but I do, in my own personal opinion, like the Fenty one better. But this shade Khaki, when I have a little bit more of a tan, it is a really, really nice shade, so I do like it for that. So then up next is one of her highlighters. It's in the same packaging as the bronzer. This is in the shade Ice Me Out. This highlighter I loved for a hot minute, and then I just kind of stopped loving it, and I don't know why I stopped. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera. Probably not. Let me give you a better swatch. Can you guys see it? I can faintly see it in the viewfinder, but this particular color isn't my favorite. It looks a little chalky on my skin tone, to be totally honest with you. I do love one of her other highlighters, which I will talk about in just a second, but this particular shade, Ice Me Out, I wouldn't necessarily recommend. I don't love it. Like, I'm not obsessed with it. I used to be, and then it looks too chalky and it doesn't look like you're kind of glowing from within, which is what I like. It kind of just sits on top of your skin. So I love like the Hourglass formulas. Like, those ones are just my favorite because they give you that kind of like glow from within, which I crave and I love. This one just kind of sits on top of the skin. So I don't know if it's just this shade, because I have another one of her highlighters I'm about to talk about that doesn't give me this problem, but this one does, and I have to think it's the shade. So this one is just kind of here just in case I ever run out of a highlighter and I need one like in a 911 type thing, which I don't ever think would happen. But I just keep it there in case one day I go back to it and one day I do actually like it. But for like a day-to-day thing, look at my hair. But for a day-to-day thing, I don't, like, it's not my favorite. So really quickly, I'm going to talk about this other highlighter. This is in a different packaging. This is in blue packaging because this came out during her 2018 holiday collection. And you guys, this is in the shade Snow Angel. Mine is so dirty because it's so old. Was it 20? Yeah, it was her 2018 holiday collection. This is what it looks like. As you guys can tell, this is very, very well loved. This is one of my favorite highlighters of life. I don't know if you guys can see it. I think you can. Yeah, it's right there. This, I can't wear it now because I'm super fair, but in the summer when I'm tan, this is my favorite highlighter to wear when I'm super tan. I wish she would just make it permanent because this was such a good highlighter. I don't think it is permanent. Let me know down below if you guys have seen it, but I like use it very sparingly because obviously I'm running out of it. But this is a beautiful highlighter, and to be honest with you, this formula feels different than that formula. So I don't know what it is. I think it's maybe her formula changed from the time she launched this to the time she launched her permanent highlighters, or Kylighters, or is that what they're called? No, they're just called pressed illuminating powder. But yeah, I do love this highlighter so much. It's one of my favorites. If you guys own it, I'm sure you guys love it just as much as I do, but it is, like I said, a shade that I can only wear when I'm tan, which is fine because it looks frigging fire. Every time I wear this highlighter, people compliment me. They're like, oh my god, that highlighter looks so good on you. I love your highlighter. What highlighter are you wearing? And it's always this, and this is just such a good highlighter. I wish she would just make it permanent. So I'm going to save my top 3 for last. So I'm quickly going to talk about this. This is another, obviously, pressed powder from Kylie. This is from her 2019 holiday collection. This is her blush in the shade Crush, and this is what it looks like. And you guys, it's barely, like, as you can see, there is like a nice dip in the middle because I use this frigging blush every single day. There's maybe one day a week where I don't use this blush, or maybe for a few weeks I won't use it because I'll be on to something else, but I always go back to this blush. This particular shade is beautiful. I love the formula because you can really build it up or you can make it very, very faint. So depending what kind of mood you're in, if you're somebody that loves blush or somebody that just wants like a little like pop of color on your cheeks, I really do think her blush formula is incredible. And I haven't purchased any of her other ones because every time I would go to Ulta or on her website, the ones that I would always want would always be sold out. And since quarantine and everything that's been going on, like, that has been the last thing on my mind. But I do want to pick up some of her other blush shades once everything kind of gets like back to normal again. But I love this formula and I love this shade. The shade goes with every single look, whether I'm doing a natural look or I'm doing a smoky look or I'm doing an in-between look. This blush shade goes with everything, and it's so, like, it's just so perfect. I love this formula. I love this shade. If you guys have never tried her blushes, definitely check them out. They are definitely one of my favorites. Really quickly before I get into my top 3 from Kylie, I am going to talk about this loose highlighter in the shade Santorini. This loose highlighter had, I don't know if it still does, I don't know if people like go crazy over it anymore, but this loose highlighter used to have the most hype around it. Like, it was insane. So this is the packaging that it looks like. The original packaging came in like a tan packaging, but I think this is like her permanent one. So this is what it looks like. Let me just show you guys really quickly. I'm going to swatch it for you. So this loose highlighter is amazing, but it is intense. This is an intense, let me swatch it on my other hand. This is a freaking intense loose highlighter. This is what it looks like. I do love this when I am going out. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a swatch on my finger. It's not really showing up on my hands that good. But if you want to glow, if you want to be out at night and you want to glow, and just don't even dip your brush in all the way. Just do like a little like that, and then just put it on the tops of your cheekbones. Girl, you will glow to the end of friggin' time with this. If you purchase this, I don't think you'll ever need to repurchase it ever again in your entire life, just because of how frigging intense this is. This is a really, really nice highlighter, but it's definitely not an everyday highlighter. Well, at least not for me, and I love a glow. That is just not an everyday highlighter for me. Like I said, I pretty much only wear it on like a night out or something like that. But if you want to glow, check out Kylie's loose highlighter in the shade Santorini, because you will glow, trust me. So I'm going to talk about probably these 3 are tied for a top 3 and just like my go-to powders like forever. If I was stranded on an island and they were like, oh, you can only have 1 loose powder and 1 pressed powder, these are the ones that I would pick. So first I'm going to start off with the Kylie Your Perfect powder. I have this black tape on there, which is so funny because I didn't do that intentionally, but now I always know that this is my Your Perfect powder, so I just leave it there to kind of distinguish it from the rest. But this is what the back of it looks like, and then when you open it, this is what the powder looks like. You guys, the best under eye brightening powder. If you're somebody that needs a little bit of brightness to your under eyes, or you just want like that brighter under eye, but not too bright, but you want it to look smooth and poreless, and you kind of want to blend like your blush together and your bronzer and your highlight, that is your powder. I cannot do my makeup, whether I'm doing like just concealer or I'm doing like a glam or a non-glam or whatever kind of look I'm doing, I cannot do my makeup without that powder. That powder is life-changing. Literally, I put it on as one of my last steps in my makeup routine. So I will just, let's say I have my bronzer on, my highlight, and my blush. I will put it on and bring it all the way down here and then kind of bring it up like a triangle. And girl, everything just looks blended and just so gorgeous. Like, it is not even funny how beautiful this powder makes your makeup look. One thing I will say about this is, though, I don't think it's a one shade fits all. If you're too fair or if you do have more of a deeper complexion, I don't think this would work for you. Too fair, it would be too dark, and then too like more of a deeper skin tone, it would be a little bit white, like whiter underneath your eyes. So I don't necessarily think it's like a one shade fits all, but if you're somebody that has like a light complexion like me and you have more of like a medium skin tone, this is probably perfect for you, because I can pull this off when I'm like pale like I am right now, and when I am super tan. So it is more of like a in-between shade. So I definitely think she needs to maybe launch like a darker shade for this for sure. But other than that, that is a bomb.com pressed powder. It is the freaking best. The 2 loose setting powders that I literally cannot live without are by Kylie Cosmetics, and I'm not ashamed of it, because they are probably one of the best setting powders for underneath my eyes like ever. So I do have 2 of her setting powders. I have one in, let me turn them around so you can see. I have one in translucent, and then I have one in soft pink. The one in translucent is my favorite. I set my entire face with this. I don't set like my whole face with powder anymore. I pretty much just set my under eyes and then like my T-zone area, and then that's it. I won't set like my cheeks or anything like that. But this translucent setting powder is my favorite translucent setting powder of life. I know a lot of people have like mixed thoughts and mixed reviews on this, but let me tell you something. When it comes to underneath my eyes, I am the pickiest person ever. And I don't care if my makeup is melting off my face. If my under eyes are creasing, it literally ruins my day. I don't care how the rest of my makeup looks. My under eyes need to be perfect at all times. And this powder gives it to me for sure. This is my favorite translucent setting powder ever. I use it to bake, and even if I leave it on for a longer period of time, it doesn't dry out my under eyes unless I am using like a drier concealer. But for the most part, doesn't dry out my under eyes. My under eyes stay perfect, literally perfect all day long. I have no issues with the setting powder at all. I frigging love it. So as far as the soft pink one, this one I did use today underneath my eyes just because I didn't want to use the translucent one, and you can see a little bit of the pink underneath there, not so much on camera because of how bright this light is, but this powder, if you're like somebody that has like a fairer complexion like me, definitely use this when you're more tan, because let me tell you, when I use this and I am like tan, I talk like this like I'm tan all the time. No, I'm tan like 3 months out of the year because I live in New York and I have 8 months of winter. But in those 3 months when I am tan and I can get away with wearing darker products, this is amazing because it gives you a beautiful like soft pink under eye with like a brightening effect, and it makes your under eyes look so frigging smooth. It is the powder that I did use today, so I did want to show you guys that it did give me a little bit of a brightening effect, but it does give me kind of like a pink hue because I am so fair. But you guys, I love this setting powder too. They're the same exact formula, so I just love her loose setting formula in general. But this is really, really nice for when you are a little bit more on the tanny bronze side because it gives you such a nice like little like brightening effect to your under eyes. And I can't live without those two setting powders every time. Not every time, but from time to time when I do use other setting powders, I'm like, oh, they're good, they're nice, but and then I go back to my Kylie, I'm like, yeah, they just don't even hold a frigging candle to these loose setting powders. These are so frigging amazing. Guys, so that is all of the Kylie Cosmetics stuff that I own, or makeup that I own. I did want to sit down with you guys, like I said before, and show you guys them because I did realize the other day that I use a lot of her face powders on my face. Like they are pretty much, whenever I travel, they're always with me. Whenever I do my makeup every single day, I just always am reaching for them, and I don't think anything really holds a candle to some of these in my opinion. So I really just wanted to share with you guys what I have and what my thoughts are on all of them. But yeah, I have for you guys in this video. I know Kylie Cosmetics, either people love it or people hate it. There really is no in between with it. So let me know down below if you've ever tried her stuff and what your thoughts are on it. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's like overhyped? Like let me know down below. But yeah, so like I said before, that is all I have for you guys in this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel, and I will hopefully catch you guys in my next video.